Team Jaxn, what's happening? So yesterday, for those who don't know, rapper Nas, he posted about 7 or 8 parts to his version of what he's been going through with his estranged ex-wife Kelis and their child support, custody battles, and all that good stuff. Because she's been very vocal over the last decade, interviews, tweets, specials, all that good stuff. And people have been wondering why he hasn't come out and spoken his piece yet. And I haven't really been following that much because I really think these kinds of things are better left handled behind closed doors, but that's just me. However, this does bring up a very interesting and needed conversation. First off, let me real quick just summarize. He basically said Kelis has made his life a living hell just to have a relationship with his son, and he would like to have that relationship without all the drama. I'll read an excerpt or two, but it's really way too long. Y'all can go to his Instagram, read it if you want to. But one excerpt that stuck out was when he said, after 10 years of keeping my silence during a decade of dealing with very hostile behavior and verbal abuse, and even your stepfather holding you back from one of your physical violent attacks on me right outside your house this year, while trying to pick up our son while he watched from the window, it was my weekend, and you denied me that because your parents were in town. I just went home. This has been my life and my son's entire life. Even our son wonders why you treat me the way you do. One more excerpt. He said, my lawyer told me to bring the cops to your house and show my court orders when you don't let me get him or answer your phone. But who besides you wants to show their kids that his parents are that out of control? I've been going through lawyers to stop you from your BS for years. I finally got our custody together to work with both our schedule through court. While leaving court, you tell me you're going to get me back for fighting to see my son. And 3 weeks later, you're on camera doing an interview about quote unquote your truth. Interesting timing. Now, I'm not here to sway nobody or validate or invalidate what he's saying because none of us were there. But this brings up the conversation of what I refer to as post-traumatic abuse. You know, a lot of people know what emotional abuse is when you're in a relationship with someone and they try to toy with you and emotionally torment you until you're a shell of yourself or you think that you're just going insane. And then post-traumatic stress is whenever you're left to deal with those wounds of that damage that was caused during that relationship. Well, post-traumatic abuse is a person that not only breaks your heart, but after they've broken it, they refuse to let you put those pieces back together and become whole again. Like they're still out to attack you and to crush whatever's left of your heart, which I think is the most cruel thing a person can do to another one. And it happens in different ways, man. You know, whether you're a public figure or not, you know, there are people that go through this every day and nobody really talks about it. You know, either a child that's being used as a pawn, in which we know that a lot of women do that whenever a relationship doesn't work out. They use that against the baby daddy, and then the other way around. It definitely happens with guys as well, except for when guys use a child as a pawn, typically they position that child as an overwhelming financial burden by not providing for the child when they otherwise had no problem doing it. You know, it also happens with reputation. That's what he's detailing. Even if you're not a public figure, like somebody will try to ruin your reputation on social media by posting different things, revenge porn, putting out accusations about how you was a cheater and an abuser, you know, try to mess up your reputation with your family, your friends, church, your job, wherever that you hang out, you know, to try to create this kind of weight of shame that you'll have to walk around with. And it sucks because we're in this era, in this generation, rather, should I say, that's all ears to relationship drama after what seemed to be so great falls apart. So an abuser, you know, will leverage that and take advantage of that because they know they have the believability of being so close to the person that they was in a relationship with that people are going to naturally say, well, why would they come out and just lie about things like that? And especially if that person that they're looking to post-traumatic abuse is quiet and reserved and, you know, prefers to keep their personal life private. They know they can torment them by just pulling them to defend themselves because everybody's going to say, well, you know, if that person doesn't come out to defend themselves against all these accusations, then it must be true, which is the most dumb shit in the world, but it happens, you know. But then you have the other side that says, well, karma's going to get the best of that person. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to say anything, which I do believe karma will come back and serve whoever was the wrongdoer. But that's easy to say when you're not the person whose reputation is being torn down, everything that you worked so hard to build, all your relationships are being put in jeopardy, on top of the fact that your relationship with your child is being strained, which is enough pain by itself. But now the people that are close to you are put in a position of conflict because they're close to what is perceived to be a monster. And this entire time, you know what the truth is. And you're the only one who knows what the truth is. So it sucks that this happens, but it additionally sucks that nobody wants to talk about it because it keeps us oblivious, naive, and in some aspects even complicit. So let's talk about it, man. Post-traumatic abuse is a real thing. Y'all holler at me about your experiences with it. Peace.